Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy NobleReachMaster, or Pharow. So today I'm going to be going over a Yosenju build like I promised. And credits for this deck go to a person called Tasboy. He made this about 5 days ago, and I was looking for a really good Yosenju deck, and this really caught my eye because this is like a Yosenju stun deck for the February format. So let's go over it. So you have your triple common ones, and your common ones are mainly the bouncer of the decks, and they're compulsory. And they're basically like a Castel, where you can, instead of detaching when it's normal summoned, it goes to your hand as opposed to returning to the deck. So you have triple of those are standard. You're pretty much having triple everything except for Sujik. I'll go over that later why you don't have 3 of those. And then you have triple Kama 2s. Kama 2s are basically monster that can attack your opponent directly, but any damage that's inflicted to them by that is halved. So it's like a Watt Cobra. And then that's also in case you can't get Cowboy and finish your opponent for games just trolling. You have your triple Kama 3s, which are your searcher for your deck, and you know, when another Yosenju does damage. Also, FYI guys, this is not search for Training Ground. And Training Ground, let me just show you what Training Ground is, because not many of you guys will know what it is. So each time a Yosenju monster is normal or special summon, place 1 Yosenju counter on this card. You can remove any number of Yosen counters from this card and apply the effect depending on the number of the tokens removed. So you can only use the effect once per turn. So 1 counter all Yosenju monsters you can currently control gain 300 attack during the turn, even if it leaves the field. So let's say you remove it in the MST thinking it'll negate for whatever reason, because MST is too OP, guys. You know, it should be banned. You know, it'll still get 300 attack. And if you have 3 counters, you can add 1 Yosenju card from your deck to your deck or graveyard to your hand, which isn't too bad, honestly, because with the amount of times you're going to be normal summoning, you will have just a ridiculous amount of counters on this card. Okay, and then you have your 2 Yosenju Sujik, which is basically like your Kalut of the deck for Black Wings, in the sense that during the damage step, it can gain your Yosenju monster can gain 1000 attack, and when this card is normal summoned, you can target 1 Yosenju monster and it can gain 1000 attack. And since this is like since this is a stun build, this has a lot of cards like Macrocosmos and Dimensional Fissure. And Thunder King, first of all, Thunder King is great for this deck because this deck doesn't really revolve around special summoning or adding cards from your deck to your hand. So since it doesn't require special summoning, that's what Triple Vanities is for. That just ruins so many decks. Pendulums, Necros, Shadows, Burning Abyss. That just tears this deck up. It tears their deck up. So Thunder King is basically to stop, you know, your opponent from adding cards from the deck to their hands, besides from drawing it, and it can negate a special summon. You banish your Radiance, so any cards into the graveyard is banished instead, so they can't even activate cards like, let's say they're playing Lightsworn, they can't activate cards like Brigade because the cost can't even be met for, you know, where you send 1 card to the graveyard, it's instantly banished, so they can't even activate it, so it's useless. And then Fossil Dino, just, again, neither monsters can special summon, and with the lockdown you're going to be having with all these trap cards, it'll be very difficult for them to get over this. Creature Swap works excellent just to trade monsters, and since your common monster was normal summon that turn, it'll just return to your hand at the end phase and they'll be left with no monsters, especially if they only have 1 monster. Or if you just activate double Creature Swap and switch both your Yosenjus for both of their monsters, awesome, because not only does it come back to your hand at the end of the turn it was normal summoned, but you can exceed into whatever you want with their monsters if they haven't already done so. And you have 1 Book of Moon because Book of Moon is awesome. And then you have triple Tenki because you can add a Beast Warrior to your hand, and since all of these Kama cards are Beast Warriors, Sujik is a Beast Warrior. You can add it to your hand. Snatch Steal, just Snatch Steal can go for a game. It's a great out. Regeki, another out. Triple MST because Skill Drain absolutely ruins this deck. So you want to have Skill Drain. You don't want to have Skill Drain on the field. So that's what triple MST is for. Triple Power of Duality. Again, these are not going to be special summoning honestly that much. Dimensional Fissure. Triple Vanity, triple Fiendish Chain, 1 Solemn, 1 Bottomless, double Mirror Force, and 1 Macrocosmos, because again, this is a stun build. And then time to go over the extra deck. You have Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is great for burning Abyss matchups and also other gray effects like Necros when they want to banish. They can be activated. You have Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Tiger King, and that is just you're searching for Tenki. You have Kainogron, and Kainogron is like well, it's not the best card, but it's decent because for, let's say they're targeting one of your cards to destroy it, you can target one of their cards and destroy it instead, like MST. You have Castel just to return, Double Gaga for Trolls for game. You have Harpy's Pet Phantasmal, which honestly I haven't heard of this card, so let's take a look at it right now. This card's effect can only be applied or resolved while it has XYZ material. This card can attack your opponent directly. Your opponent cannot target any Harpy's monster any Harpy's monster with effects or for attacks. During your end phase, detach one XYZ material for this card. So that's not too bad. It has 2000 attack, but the thing I'm looking at is it requires 3 level 4 wind monsters. So that's pretty much getting rid of your entire Yosenju hand. So you have to know that your opponent is not going to be able to stop it, because that's a very risky play, because you don't want to get bottomless. Next we have Honor, just stealing your opponent's monster. You have Chidori. Chidori is good. When it's XYZ summoned, you can target once a card on the field, return it to the bottom of the deck, and then target one card they control and return it to the top of the deck. So basically it's like a Diablos. You have Corn, which can inflict 1000 points of damage for sending any 2100 monster to the grave. Again, it's sending, not targeting. Not target one card and send it. I mean, it does target, but it doesn't like destroy, it sends. So that's very good for some cards. And then you have Heartland Draco. And again, I'm not too familiar with this card, so let's take a look at it. When you, while you control a face-up spell card, this card cannot be targeted for attacks. When it's returned, you can detach one XYZ material from this card. It can attack your opponent directly, but other monsters you control can attack. So it's basically like Phantasmal Dragon, but this card cannot be targeted for attacks, and this one requires 4. What would be the main difference, I guess? So your opponent cannot target for any Harpy's monster with effects for attacks. So I guess if you know your opponent can't negate the summon, go for this, but otherwise a safer option would just be to go for Heartland Draco or Chidori. And then you have Roach. Roach again is a great card. Roach just handles level 5s like it's nothing. It's just like, oh, level 5, oh, negate. Oh, level 5, negate. So great for Pendulums too, when they want a special summon. And the next Exciton is the Knight, just to get rid of everything. So that is the Yosenju build. I will be going over, like I said, I was going to go over this deck, and now I'm going to be testing it. So I'll catch you guys later in the next video. Peace.